Namaste, Witchlings! Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome! I am Di, your favorite yoga witch, spreading kindness and love, living a magical life through yoga. I am a 200-hour, currently working on my 300-hour certified yoga instructor and a practicing witch of approximately 30 years. I am also a businesswoman. If you check out either Di the Yoga Witch or yogawithdylin.com, you can book a personal reading with me. I read tarot, I read pendulums. For some reason, none of my pendulums will work unless the cat says they can. My daily streams here, I pull 3 tarot cards, 3 oracle cards, self-compassion and namaste, which are basically self-care, and then we have a goddess of the day, and I wrap it all up with a little moment of zen. It gives me the opportunity to share knowledge with people, because as much as I love learning new things, I love sharing that knowledge as much or more. Namaste, my witchlings. How are you guys doing this evening? I'm doing pretty decent myself today. Tired, but you know, life goes on. Very grateful that the heat is not quite as bad today. Please bear with me while I clean up my mess here. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Ha ha ha. All right. Ha 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 ha. Why die? Oh, John's back. I thought John was gonna go get some sleep. Please do not torture yourself. Is that anything like Wi-Fi signal? At least it's only midnight in London right now. Could be worse. I totally forgot to put those away after a daily draw. Alright, so. Oh, I was just gonna say, it's a bi-die. Yes. Bi-die. Yep, it, like the Wi-Fi signal. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we're just kind of chilling out. Hi-fi bi-die. Okay. We're just kind of chilling out, letting people come in. Yup. Now you and Amy are on the same wavelength. This is entertaining. Just proves how much she and I think alike. Alright. Alright. Oh, he said, didn't he just say that at pretty much about the same time you typed and hit enter? He was saying the bi-die thing. Or the hi-fi bi-die. The hi-fi bi-die. Sounds like he's trying to recite a very, very, very bad Dr. Seuss book in my ear. And we are back. And stronger than ever. Oh, wait. I have that I have bits and pieces of the New Kids on the Block thing, when they did No More Games. Oh, that is an itchy spot. All right, so whilst we wait for people to come in and get settled in, we're going to do our little digital housekeeping of saying, please protect the energy of this space, and please be respectful in my chat, because if you are not, Arnold and the mods will be finding you with the banhammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, now. Ooba. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Not one pun intended. Yep. Also, haha. I didn't see that. All right, anyway. It is also... the chat is also now currently subscriber only, so we should have a minimum of trolls. Thank gods. Thank the gods. And for those of you who are in my chat, please save your questions until the end, and I will get to as many of you as I can. There is... yeah. The chat is going to be hidden from me, so I cannot see what you are saying in the first place. The man behind the curtain is quite smart to do that. Elsewise, your ADHD witch here will get completely sidetracked and go into the conversation in the comments and just... yeah, we're done. Yep. As he said, and then the next thing we know, we've been on stream live for 5 hours, and none of us are sleeping. And we've figured that out, Amy. Trust me. That is something my family has done for a while, which is ironic as all hell, considering they were the ones that never believed that there's more than one of us in here. It's hilarious. What I really enjoy, though, is the fact that there is Di, who is me, and Diana, who is not me. She pops up around a couple of very specific people, one of whom is never going to be around again. Yay! Anyway, moving on. Hello, 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 and namaste. Welcome, my witchlings. You have found us at... oh, no. What did you do? All right. You have found us in the Die the Yoga Witch podcast. Sorry, tech control just screamed in my ear. Saying hello because we have new people in. I can see them. All right, so let's get started. All right. Apparently I get to chit-chat at you for another minute or so while he finishes fixing stuff. Ah. I'll be right back. Alright. Namaste, my witchlings, and welcome back to Die the Yoga Witch podcast. I'm your host, Di, and I am so grateful to have you guys joining me here as we are close to concluding our August exploration of strength and resilience. Ooh, that has been our theme of the week. No, that is our theme of the month. Our week is cultivating connection. So, as of this week, we have spent the month so far rooting down into our personal power, breathing deeply into our vulnerabilities, and embracing the beautiful, messy imperfections of our journeys. This week, we are turning our gaze outward to a wonderful source of resilience that often goes underestimated, finding strength in community. We are not meant to navigate this life alone. While inner strength is an essential root system. True. Lasting resilience is often amplified when we connect with others, when we share our burdens, celebrate our victories, and simply witness each other along the way. Humans are inherently social creatures. We are woven from the threads of connection. We absolutely thrive in it. Think of a forest. A single tree standing alone in a field may be strong, but it's also profoundly vulnerable to the wind, the drought, the storm. But a forest, a community of trees, is a force of nature. Their roots intertwine beneath the soil, sharing nutrients and water. They create a canopy that protects the saplings, that shelters one another from the harshest elements, and together they create a thriving, breathing ecosystem. We too can create such ecosystems in our lives. This week's theme is an invitation to recognize and cultivate the power of our connections. It's about acknowledging that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of radical strength. It's about recognizing that offering support is not just altruistic, it's a sacred act of reciprocity that nourishes both the giver and the receiver. That's pretty profound, isn't it? So, why is community so vital? It's not just a nice idea. It is baked into our biology and our magic. On a scientific level, connection is a balm for our nervous system. When we feel safe and seen by others, our bodies produce oxytocin, the beautiful cuddle hormone, which lowers cortisol and calms. Love my brain. When we feel safe and seen by others, our bodies produce oxytocin, the beautiful cuddle hormone, which lowers cortisol and calms our fight or flight response. This is called co-regulation. It's the feeling of a friend's hug after a hard day, the shared laughter that makes your belly ache, the knowing glance across a room. It's our nervous systems saying to each other, "You are safe. I'm here. We are in this together." In a world where loneliness has become an epidemic, intentionally cultivating community is a radical act of self-care and healing. From a spiritual and witchy perspective, community is a container for energy. Think of a coven or a circle. When we gather with shared intention, we don't just add our energy together, we multiply that shit. We create a cone of power, a vortex of shared will that can manifest incredible things, whether it's healing for a member, protection for our homes, or change in the wider world. Good grief. Stupid asthma. Our ancestors knew this. They gathered around fires to share stories. They danced under the full moon, and they worked the fields together. They knew that survival and joy were communal efforts. My asthma is not happy today. Please excuse me. Our Sanskrit word for the week, which I shared on social media and blogs at the beginning of the week, is Sangha. Sangha means community, assembly, or gathering. In yogic and Buddhist traditions, Sangha refers to the community of practitioners who support each other on their spiritual path. But the concept extends far beyond formal practice. Our Sangha can be our family of choice, our friends, our colleagues, our online communities, anyone who offers us genuine connection and support. I want to share a little personal story with you guys. Those of you who have been following me for a while will know this one. I am very much the black sheep of my family of origin. My incubator resented my existence from day one because, well, I was competition for male attention and she did not want a daughter. I escaped her house when I joined the military. There, I found my people. I was able to make friends with people from all walks of life and met people that she would never have allowed me to associate with. Some of those people became nearly lifelong friends. Without those people, I would not be the woman I am today. They became my Sangha without even knowing the word. I still have a large, influential, chosen family. All right. It is time for a quick break. We'll be right back after a short message about my shadow work workshop this weekend. So, this Sunday, yay, I am running a workshop of guided meditation and guided journaling where we are going to be learning about how to do shadow work, why we need it, and what to expect while doing shadow work. This is not a one and done thing. This is an ongoing process. So, if you want to check out my guided meditation shadow work workshop, head on over to yogawithdylin.com, find the booking tab, and you can find it from there. I am offering scholarships. Please let me know if you need one. Ha. All right. So that is this weekend's shadow work workshop. I am very much looking forward to that. I have music in my head. All right. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the podcast. So, now we know why we need community, but what does it actually look like? So, let's talk about identifying your Sangha. I like to think of it not as one single group, but as a series of concentric rings. Like the rings of Saturn, each with its own energy and purpose here. Good gravy. I am congested as all hell. I am so sorry. Grab a journal if you have one nearby, and let's do a little visualization practice here. If you are driving, please do not close your eyes. All right, so close your eyes if that feels safe. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Picture yourself standing in the center of a beautiful, safe space. This is your core, your inner sanctuary. Now, imagine the first ring forming around you very, very close. This is your inner circle. Who stands here? These are the shipmates from my story, the people you can call at 3 a.m., the ones you can be unapologetically messy with. You can be you. They see your shadows and they love you anyway. They are your anchors. Now, in your journal, write their names down or just hold their faces in your mind. There may be only 1 or 2 people here, or maybe more. Number doesn't matter. The quality of trust is what matters. Breathe. Now, imagine a second, larger ring forming around that first one. This is your middle circle. These are your trusted friends, your close family members, your favorite colleagues. You share regular time with them, weekly dinners, book clubs, project collaborations, etc. You celebrate birthdays, you support each other's goals, and there is deep affection and reliability here. Who populates this second circle for you? See their faces and feel their supportive energy. Take another breath. And now, see a third, even wider ring materializing. This is your outer circle or your community of interest. This might be your yoga class, your D&D group, your online gaming guild, your fellow artists at a local studio, and your witchy circle that meets for the sabbats. Or if you're like me, your women's circle that meets. This connection might be based on a shared passion or a practice. You might not share your deepest secrets here, but you share inspiration, laughter, and a genuine sense of belonging. This is the circle where you can feel like part of something bigger. Now, just take a moment to look at this fabulous constellation that you have created around you. Each person a shining star. Notice where it feels full. Notice where there might be empty spaces that you would like to nurture. There's no right or wrong map here. This is simply your truth in this moment. And now when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room you're in. This map that you just created is your starting point. It shows you where your strength already lies. Okay, witchlings. Now, for the practical magic. How do we nurture these rings and build a resilient community? I'll expand on 5 points here. First, identify your Sangha. We just did this with that visualization we just did. The next step is conscious nurturing. So this week, I invite you to pick one person from your inner or middle circle. Don't send a text. Call them. Send a handwritten card. Send them a small but thoughtful gift. Consciously pour a little energy and gratitude into that connection. Second, practice vulnerability. This is the really scary one, I know, but vulnerability is the currency of deep connection. It's not oversharing. It is sharing your authentic self with people who have earned the right to hear it. Start small. Start small. The next time a friend in your middle circle asks how you are, instead of reflexively saying, "I'm fine," try something a little more real. I'm actually kind of feeling a little overwhelmed this week, or, "Hi, I am so short on spoons, it's ridiculous right now." See what happens. True friends will lean into you. They will not pull away. Vulnerability is a spell that turns acquaintances into confidants and friends. Third, offer genuine support. Community is a two-way street. But what does good support look like? Typically, it's not about giving advice. It's about holding space. It's saying, "Oh my God, that sounds so hard. I am here for you to listen." It's asking, "What do you need right now? Do you need a distraction, a hug, someone to brainstorm with?" It is about witnessing someone's reality without trying to fix it. This week, listen more than you speak. Offer the magic of your full, compassionate presence. Another phrase that you can use, do you need me to listen to you, or do you want me to fix things for you? You'd be amazed how many people are going to say, "Please, I just need to vent. I already know what I need to do, but I need to spill." Fourth, create rituals of connection. Ritual turns the mundane into the sacred. Don't wait for connection to happen. Schedule that shit. Create a ritual. This could be a new moon circle with your witchier friends. It could be a family dinner every Sunday with your chosen family. It could be a standing Friday morning coffee date with a colleague. or a virtual craft night with a friend who lives on the other side of the world. Rituals are the anchors that hold a community together through the ebb and flow of busy lives. I have fallen into a Thursday evening with one of my bonus kids most weeks. And, things like that. Fifth, seek diverse perspectives. A strong forest has many different kinds of trees. A strong community thrives on diversity, not uniformity. Be wary of those echo chambers that we create on social media. Seek out friends with different backgrounds, different beliefs, and life experiences. These people challenge us. They help us grow and make our collective resilience so much stronger. It requires an open heart and a willingness to be uncomfortable at times, but the rewards are a much wider, far more compassionate view of the world. I find myself falling into an echo chamber quite frequently. And that is one of the reasons that I have kept at least 2 friends that I am associated with on social media because, excuse me, we are ideologically very different, but we do well as friends, as long as we avoid certain topics most of the time. Okay, now... But the point there is we listen to each other. We respect each other enough to not hate each other over decisions, over opinions. We try to work through that stuff. More often than not, it works. But now, we also have to be honest. Sometimes, the places where we seek community can become sources of pain. Sometimes a Sangha can become toxic. This is the shadow side, and acknowledging it is crucial. A community should feel expansive, not constrictive. If you are in a group where you feel that you have to shrink yourself or perform a certain way or hide aspects of your identity and personality to belong, that is an Olympic-sized red flag. If a community is built on gossip, exclusion, or a rigid hierarchy, that's not a healthy ecosystem, y'all. Now, remember, it takes immense courage to leave a community that is no longer serving your growth, especially if it was once a source of comfort. There could be a real grieving process involved, grieving the good times, grieving the loss of identity. Please, during this process, be gentle with yourself. It's hard. I know it is. And you're going to want to beat yourself up either for getting involved in something that turned toxic or for having gotten involved in something that was toxic from the word go. Just be gentle. Show yourself some self-compassion. Remember, a true Sangha supports your sovereignty. It honors your no as much as it wants your yes. It wants you to be more of yourself, not less. And sometimes the ultimate act of strength is to lovingly disconnect, to prune the branches that are no longer bearing fruit, and to make space for healthier connections to grow. All right. It is time to check in with the live chat for a couple of minutes. I will read out things that I am responding to if there's anybody. All right. Yes. Yep. Okay. So, John Clark is asking, what is shadow work? Shadow work is being your own therapist. A lot of it is journaling, which for some of us that's a pain in the ass, but journaling, writing, keeping a journal for a while, and then going back and looking at the patterns that you find in your own behavior and your responses to those things, and delving into why you react that way. As the man behind the curtain says in the comments here, shadow work is part of becoming your own therapist. You're to journal your everyday and then go back and look at those patterns to help you find your shadow self. The shadow self comes from Carl Jung. And it's the Reader's Digest condensed version is the shadow self are the aspects of yourself that you have learned over time are not acceptable or not palatable to the general peoples. Yes, Tookers is dreaming. I'm sorry. He is very much asleep and talking in his sleep. He is his mother's dog. Let's see. What else? Yep. And apparently John has friends who are telling him that he needs to come check out my channel. I'm guessing it's me. Let's see. Oh, yes. He's telling his friends. I like Amy saying I can't say let it go on a visualization. Oh, John, I'm so glad you decided staying up to listen to this was worthwhile. Thank you. And yes, actually. And we're saying hi, bye. Yay. All right, y'all. Oh, now that he stopped boofing in his sleep. He is such a sweet doggo. All right, my darlings. Needed a sip, y'all. My throat's getting dry. All right. My darling witchlings. Our cauldron is just kind of simmering down for the night. We have journeyed through the forest of connection. We have mapped out our personal constellations. And we have shared the spells for nurturing our circles of strength. This week, I very much invite you to consciously cultivate your circle. Reach out to someone in your Sangha. Offer a word of encouragement. Share a burden. Celebrate a victory. And remember, you are not alone in this life. Your strength is magnified, your joy is amplified, and your resilience is deepened by the people who walk beside you. And remember, family is not always DNA. Don't forget to join me this Friday night, tomorrow, for our guided meditation and yoga nidra, where we will tap into the power of shared energy and find solace in our collective strength. We'll be doing visualization, and we will be doing a guided meditation and a yoga nidra asana. So please, come join us. The details are always available on my website, yogawithdylin.com. And also, be sure to look out on Instagram, Facebook, and the blogs for our Sanskrit word of the week, Sangha. This is a concept that will deepen your appreciation for the power of connection. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. May you always find strength in your communities. Now, let's get out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already way too much darkness and hate in this world. Please, let's try to be a beacon of light and hope for those who are lost in the dark. Then go out there and make sure your loved ones, be they human, scaly, feathered, or furry, know that they mean the world to you, because you do not know when that last time will be, and that phone call sucks. I am grateful for my witchlings who have stuck around. Please help me appease the algorithm gods. Leave me a comment of 7 words or more. If you don't have anything to think of, Panic at the Disco has a suggestion. Hey, look, I made it. Yay, it works. Now, get out there. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Touch some grass. And always remember, my darlings, you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. And you genuinely do have a purpose in this life, even if you haven't figured it out yet. I was in my 40s before I did. I love you guys to bits, and I will see you soon. Namaste, witchlings. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes. Consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdyliden.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.